Hey guys, yeah, I just want to give a little comment about yesterday's video. I've done 2 or 3 videos with the theme of carnivore diet if you're dirt poor. I did one carnivore diet if you're during the pandemic because beef was so expensive. So I did a video of how you could maintain your carnivore diet even though the prices of animal foods were skyrocketing, right? So I've done a couple of videos on that topic. Now, like there's kind of this balancing act that I have to do, right? Because in one respect with these videos, especially the ones that are themed poor or on a budget and stuff like that, these videos are centered towards people possibly have low income families on welfare. Uh, they might be in a city. They only have bus passes and subways to travel. They don't have a car to go outside of the city. Many people just never leave the city, right? So these kind of people that are stuck with the IGA grocery stores and stuff like the big grocery stores, it's the only place that they can get their food. Now that's what I'm directing these poor carnivore, poor man videos for, because I know that these people are eating in the middle section of the grocery store. The middle section of the grocery store are supporting very bad and destructive companies. It's also supporting all the subsidized grains, corn, pea, soy, sugarcane, whatever you want. All the ingredients in every single package in the middle, they're all the same. That should be a big red flag, that it's like, why does this taco have the same ingredients as this cookie? Anyways, so yeah, it's all the same plant-based processed kibble with some synthetic, things to make it taste a certain way. It's all garbage. So this fat, sick, almost dead, obese, low-income welfare person with no ability to get out of the city. They don't even have a car. These videos are directed towards those low-income people because I know that you're going to eat anyways the crap in the middle. So I rather that they start going and not be overwhelmed with everything and say, look, just if that's the only sources of food that you have, please, eat those. Your health will improve compared, even if it is lower quality, mass-produced animal foods. It's still way better for your health than the middle section, which is also, from the pretty much the same companies. So, uh, so. Uh, Basically, I don't want there to be any misinterpretation that I'm saying it's fine. It's just as good the grain fed, the mass feedlot. If I gave that impression, that's not what I meant. What I meant is we can only do what we can do, right? And for a lot of people, that's the only means. So I was trying to express I don't want people to be discouraged and hear people talking about salmon roe and grass-fed this and grass-fed that, which for me is extremely expensive at the moment. I don't want them to be discouraged and say, "Oh, I can't afford to do that diet. It's too expensive, ribeyes," and then they just continue on their standard American diet and just die, eventually fat, sick, and old. So JD from Garland Farms, though, he did give me a really good suggestion that I should at least put a disclaimer. And you can see his comment in the previous video. I'm gonna have to copy it down and start putting that as a disclaimer when I do these kind of budget carnivore diet on a budget videos. I mean, there is actually quite a divide. You got Sean Baker that's saying there's nothing wrong with the grain fed, and then you have other people like Paul Saladino that are like you must have organ meats. So there's definitely within the unity of the keto carnivore community, there's definitely still some difference of opinions, but JD is completely right in respect of saying, like, at least put a disclaimer that while it is definitely a better option to go from a sad diet to the store-bought animal products, long-term solution is to effect change through supply and demand. Meaning, if you just continue though supporting these, there's no real effective change that'll occur. Farmers like JD that are ethical, that are rural, that are local, independent, small farms doing good farming that are replenishing the soil. These kind of people are not going to be aided if you continue, if we continue to go to our local store and buy the mass-produced beef. So to a certain extent, we should be activists also. But being an activist doesn't mean to gather a bunch of ladies to lift their shirt up, to show their boobies, to write, voices for the voiceless or animal holocaust, have a girl pretending that she's in blood covered with poop. No, I think that us carnivores and omnivores and animal eaters, non-vegans, I think that each one of us, if we have the means and we know that there's sources close to us, to get off our butts, to really start going into the community, talk to the farmer, ask them if you can purchase directly from them, get a list of or a database of farmers that are interested in talking to the community directly and dealing with them, to bypass the plant, like Cargill and Tyson and stuff like that. That's true advocacy. It's not going around and yelling at people that milk is rape and stuff like that. So thank you very much, JD, for the oversight that I had. But in my defense, there are older videos that are telling people to go out and seek out within your community, like real farmers that need our help, right? I think I did also something, I think it was like my view on going green, and to be honest, I'm super confident talking about nutrition, but when it comes to the statistics, the truth about plant agriculture, the truth about livestock, the truth about the nutrient content compared to grain, as compared to grass-fed, soil, like what is really happening with their soil. Like all of this is beyond my scope. Like I work in a hospital, and nutrition, I am confident that I am saying things that are not false. But when I speak about the environment and stuff like that, I speak very superficially and generally because I don't have the hard, strong data. The only person besides JD from the YouTube channel Garland Farms is Peter Ballersteed. I think he's an agronomist, and I believe an agronomist is somebody who's a soil specialist for farming, as well as for macronutrient and diet for ruminant animals. I think that's what it is. But I don't know if it's because the local rural farmers are not being given a platform, right? It's just like anything, right? It's like, why is Greta Thunberg getting a platform at the UN? Well, that's because she was given it with an agenda. And it's like, why are there all these other doctors during this COVID-19 that are being suppressed and are giving their own opinion? They're specialists, they have PhDs, they're doctors, but if they're not fitting the narrative, then they're being suppressed. So perhaps it's the cattlemen are being squeezed on every level financially, and also they're not being given platforms, because the agenda now is to eliminate red meat, eliminate beef, to go after plant-based options. I mean, you got meat packing industries like Cargill that are also supplying now the competition, the alternative meats. Like, you're supplying both sides, you're in competition with yourself. That's not really good. That means that Cargill and Tyson don't have the best interest of the farmers. So I think that we need a lot more information, and a lot more people like Peter Baldersteed, like JD from Garland Farms. I'm really just not seeing those kind of people on the YouTube platform. JD from Garland Farms in the previous comment on my last video, I said, please send me any information that you have, true statistics, stuff that I can form, videos to start sharing it, because I wouldn't want to be saying anything in error. And again, I don't want to give the impression that I was saying just buy the mass-produced beef. What I was saying is, if you're not if that's the only means of doing it, it's still going to be beneficial. However, yeah, there's no true change and farmers doing regenerative agriculture, doing it ethically, creating and rejuvenating the topsoil, these people are going to go out of business. They're going to be completely crushed if we go from a standard American diet and then straight to the massive animal corporations. We're not affecting change.
Today, we have a very special guest. And today, we have a very special guest.
Yeah, you're the one who always plugs up the toilet at our house.
Our community's in trouble. Our country's in trouble. Our planet's in huge trouble.
I like to keep some cold baked potatoes in the refrigerator.
And today, we have a very special guest, a mentor of mine.
Potatoes in the refrigerator. That's a trick I learned from Dr. McDougall.
We have taste buds.